Hi, everybody. I am Kevin Ioli, and I appreciate you joining me. And my guest now is a guy that, if you don't know that face right now, you are going to know it very soon because he is going to very soon, and I mean very soon, become one of the best fighters in the world. He was the 2017 Yahoo Sports Boxing Prospect of the Year. He was only 19 years old, now 20. My man, Teofimo Lopez. How are you, bud?
Like a champ. I'm doing great.
Well, you did great in the ring Saturday night on May 12th. You fought on the undercard of a really big show that did great ratings, Lomachenko versus Linares. Guys in your division, the lightweight division, Lomachenko won that with a body shot in the 10th round. Maybe some people missed your fight, and if they did, they missed a heck of a performance. You fought Vitor Freitas. And I
Yeah.
think the announcers were just kind of getting ready to go, and bingo, a right hand, and the fight was over. First of all, talk about that finish. When you hit him with that right hand, it kind of, I think, landed maybe behind the ear a little bit. Was that
Yeah,
your
yeah.
good stuff? Did you know he was gone?
Yeah, I hit him with a right hook, and these are things that we work on. Me and my father, who's my coach, and you know, I realized what he was trying to do. He was trying to jab with me. He was trying to punch with me. So I figured what he was doing. So I think what I scared him with was when I first threw a body shot and he moved to the side. He felt it. I went jab to the low, and then when I seen that he didn't do anything, I jabbed again, and that's when I came with the right hook. When he threw the jab with me, he dipped a little bit to the side. So usually a right hook is a wide punch,
Right.
But the way it angled, the way they have it in the cameras, it looks like I just skimmed them, or it looks like it's a fake or anything like that. But they're gonna say what they want to say. I hit him clean. I hit him flush, and I seen it. And I stepped back. If you look at the tape, I stepped back a little bit because I'm like, ooh, that was a good shot. I want to see how he reacts to it. And that's when it was a late reaction, but his legs and
You could
everything
say
was,
his legs were really gone right away.
yeah, his legs were gone, and I was like, oh, that's it, it's over. And that's when I started doing the Fortnite dance.
Yeah, exactly. You had a kind of a crazy dance, and then afterwards you were wearing a tux, came over to ringside to hobnob and find out. You actually had asked me what I thought of your fight, and I remember mentioning body shot. I remember that body shot that you threw,
Yeah,
and I love guys that throw body shots. Is that something that you work on to try to do regularly?
all the time. That's my main thing is the body shots. You gotta There's levels to everything. If you've been looking lately, it's a lot of fighters just punching to the head. We could take blows to the head.
Right.
After a while, you can, you know. Um, but the body shots, no matter how hard you train your stomach, you get hit with a good body shot, you will go down. I mean, it showed with Leonidas and Lomachenko.
Right. Exactly. Yeah,
You
I
know,
thought,
so
when you set him up with the body shot, I thought once you hit him with that body shot, essentially to me, the fight was over at that point.
yeah, I think it was just overall, I knew he wanted to fight. The way I talk in the ring and the way
Yeah.
I talk outside, the way me and my father are, we talk very highly of each other, like we already are the world champs. But he talks his smack and I back it up, and that's how it's always been. And I knew he wanted to come to fight. I felt it. He threw a good hard jab to my chest. I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be good. I know I got to be sharp because any any type of mistake could make a big change,
Right.
and that's what happens in the sport of boxing. So I was very aware. The body shot definitely froze him to like whoa, and that's when I changed the level and I came up with the right hook. And he didn't see it coming.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Now, for people who don't know, you were born in Brooklyn. You're in Florida
Yes.
right now. You represented Honduras in the Olympics, not the U.S. Explain why. Why were you on the Honduras Olympic team as opposed to the U.S. Olympic team?
Thanks for asking, because not a lot of people know what happened. I won the U.S. Olympic trials, and it shows in IABA, which is the Amateur International Boxing Association that runs everything.
Michael
Um,
Conlan's favorite group.
yes, and they had this tournament going on called the World Series of Boxing, and that was one of the Olympic qualifying berths that you could get to in order to qualify in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
You had a place in my division, top two. You had Cuba, Azerbaijan, Russia, and then USA. I was too young at the time. I was only a couple months young to represent at that time to fight in that tournament. Carlos Balderas was the one that represented it, and he got fourth. So if you do it, you had to place top 2 in order to get your Olympic berth to go directly to the Olympics. So he didn't do that. He tried to, and then there was another Olympic qualifying event. Because the Olympics is near, so you
Right.
have to qualify. He tried the Continentals and he lost the first day. So automatically he was preparing himself to fight me and everybody else that was qualified that qualified to get to the Olympic trials. Carlos Balderas did not earn any of the spots to represent Team USA. And what happened was through IABA made number 1 and number 2 from my weight class. It's kind of complicated, but number 1 and number 2, Cuba and Azerbaijan, they let them go to another qualifying event, which is not
Right.
you're not supposed to do.
The rules are the rules. You got to
The
follow what the
rules.
rules say.
Even in USA they do it. I won the Olympic qualifiers in order to get to Olympic trials, and I couldn't go to the other ones for a reason. And with IABA, they did that. They allowed it, and they came again, number 1 and number 2. So what they did was, since the Olympic, the World Championships was one of the Olympic berths that they did, they said let's move number 3 and number 4 from the WSB as number 1 and number 2. So right there, automatically, you got 4 fighters from IABA.
Right.
So more money for IABA because that's declared their fighters. And that's what they did, and it worked perfectly for them. And USA Boxing, what I'm upset about is that they allowed it. They allowed the ruling to happen. Me and Carlos Balderas was supposed to have a box off, if anything. If you're gonna do what they did, the WSB champion, I'm USA champion, we were supposed to do a box off. But the reason why I believe they didn't is because they knew I was going to beat them. And
why would they favor Balderas? I mean, I think he's a good prospect, and I was because the Olympics. But why would they favor him?
Him and his family kiss ass.
That's
so you got to kiss ass, and the right ass you kiss is you're gonna get there. So I think that's what happened, and it's the truth. The kid did what he had to do. I believe if I had represented USA, I would have gotten a lot further into the rounds, into the quarterfinals, semifinals. But representing a poor country like Honduras, you don't have enough pool. It doesn't have, it's not a big brand.
So you fought the French fighter in the opening round.
Yes, I fought the French fighter in the opening round. France versus Honduras. Automatically, you just think, oh, that's France. I beat him. I definitely beat him. I outboxed him, everything. He was running away. I wanted to fight. And they ruled every round, every judge. 10-9, 10-9, 10-9. I lost every round, and I lost by unanimous decision. First time I've ever had that happen to me.
But so you didn't win the gold medal. You didn't get a medal. You were out in the first round. But you signed with Top Rank after the Olympics ended. And here's what I love. I love your confidence. I mean, I most of all love your talent. I mean, you're a guy that's going to be a top-level fighter in this sport for a long time. People are going to love
as long as I stay disciplined.
Exactly. Now, here's the thing that I thought. When you were talking about your talent and what you thought, some guys compare themselves to Floyd Mayweather. Others say, oh, I'm like Mike Tyson. You said, you know what, I think like Albert Einstein. Where did you come up with that one?
Because, I don't know. It's just something that popped in my head. Albert Einstein, very smart man, very wise and everything. Very intelligent. And I feel like that's what you need, and things like in the sport of boxing, that's what it's not about who's the strongest, who's the fastest. It's about who's the smartest.
Right.
And at the end of the day, that's what plays a role. When I got cut, for the first time I got cut, in my previous fight, February 3rd of this year, that's where the Albert Einstein and everything kicked in. That's when do what I do. I had to basically I had to solve the problem. And this was a big problem. And I think that's where everything came in. I had to control everything and stay composed. It's just things those are the things that you cannot teach, though. Those are things that you have within yourself. It's like having a heart.
That's what I want to ask you, because I think it's, some people say it's smart, and I think it's like really good instinct. You've been around a long time, so you kind of know, even though you're a young guy, a lot of fights, you've been fighting top-level fighters for, you were 13 years old and sparring pros, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
But you've had experience. There comes an instinct. You instinctively know what to do, don't you, in the ring when you get cut, how to defend against it and what to do to protect it.
you have an idea of it, but an idea and actually acting off of it is two different things. My dad tripped. My father, who's my coach, he went off crazy. I hear him in the corner screaming, why this is happening to him? Why now? And that's when I said, he's not gonna stop. So I gotta stay composed. This is something new, and the only way this is gonna work is somebody has to stay calm. Somebody has to stay calm, and that night had to be me. So but yeah, everything has a rhythm. Once you figure out the rhythm, after so many years, I know after a jab comes a right hand. After the right hand comes the hook.
Right.
It's always it's something. So that's all adapting. That's the boxing ring IQ. I have a high IQ, um, and that's really what it is. There's so much things to it though. People haven't seen the best of Teofimo Lopez yet. These are only little sneak peeks of it, and I'm not even at my peak yet. I'm only 20 years old. I'm about to be 21 in 2 months, and I still got a lot more growing to do. So we're looking at something that is scary.
I talked to Top Rank President Todd DeBuff the other day about you, and he was raving, and he said we think he's ready, and we're going to move him to the next level. And sure enough, the next day the news came out that you're going to fight on the Pro Grey undercard in July in New Orleans. What is it? July
July 14th.
14th. William Silva. Now here for people, William Silva is not a household name. He's 31 years old. He is 25-1 with 14 KOs, and he fought and lost a 10-round decision just very recently to Felix Verdejo, a guy that I had great hopes for. He hasn't really panned out the way I thought he might. Still has a lot of talent, but Felix Verdejo is a good fighter and a professional. And he went 10 rounds with him just recently. Now a little bit more than you can bite off at this point in your career, fighting a guy that's 25-1 and 31 years old.
Nah, I mean, I was blessed. This is the opportunities this is what everything happens for a reason. And him being in front of me is for a good cause, a good reason. And, we just got to wait to see. It's going to be an exciting fight. Hopefully he brings the fight. My dad has already studied him, and he's telling me certain things that I need. Of course, he's tall too,
Right.
But we all know how I am with my body shots.
Yeah.
So everything plays a role. I'm just, honestly, I am probably the quickest guy at 135 right now.
And I think speed is power, right? So you're getting your quickness, and you can throw with.
Oh, but I could pop, and we've seen it. So I have all the tools to become a world champion in multiple divisions. I have speed, I have power, I have my boxing IQ is high. I have the whole package. I was made for this, and I truly believe that. And at the end of the day, whether he's 25-0 with 25 knockouts, whoever it is they put in front of me, I will beat him. I always find a way.
Well, let's talk about one guy that you may see at some point down the road. ESPN named Ryan Garcia the prospect of the year last year. Do you ever see yourself fighting him? He's relatively close in weight to you and in your age.
Yeah, I know, but he's not living what they expect him. The high expectations that that they expected on him. He just showed his last previous fight that he's not ready. Top Rank is already after this fight, July 14th. They're gonna be like, this kid is ready. This because I work hard for it. I was made for it. I'm not bashing, Ryan Garcia. I wish nothing but the best for him, but I don't see him in that caliber with me. That's what I'm saying. I don't see him on that level. He's not on my level, and along with all the other prospects, they're not on the same level as me, and it shows because Top Rank, just that alone, I'm a co-main event feature, 10 rounds. And I'm fighting the opposition that I'm having in front of me is totally different from everybody else. I've earned my spot numerous times, Kevin. I've earned my spot numerous times in the amateurs and never got my fair share. So when I win these things, do I appreciate it? Yes, but that's just one stone. That's just one obstacle left on my thing. I just got to keep going. And I don't think at the end of the day I'm two different people from the boxing world and here. In the boxing world, I'm an animal. I don't like nobody, and that's how you got to be.
Right.
Outside of it, though, I am as normal as they come. That's what I want. I want, at the end of the day, we bleed the same. So I treat everybody just the same. But things are gonna change for the better, and it's already happening.
You got to make people want to see you fight, right? Yeah, boxing is a sport. If you play in the NBA or you play in the NFL, the team is going to market, and then people are going to come to the games because they want to see the team. You're in boxing; they want to see you. and they're
Yes.
coming for one person. So you have to kind of promote yourself, don't you?
Absolutely. That's why I do what I do. It's not about how. It's not about getting the job done. It's how you get the job done. That excites everybody.
Right.
I am an entertainer. I am a performer. What happened to boxing is what happened to boxing. Everything changed to a business standpoint. Now everything is about the price. Of course, me is the price too.
Right.
You got to pay to see the best, and that's the truth. I'm not gonna fight to entertain the crowd for chump change. That still is in line, but how you do it is what brings more fans and brings everybody to come and watch you. Everybody's just getting the job done, not saying nothing, not exciting to. They're not doing anything exciting to make people be like, you know what, I want to keep watching him. I want to see what he has next. But that's what I bring to the table.
Right.
Because you have to have that.
Exactly.
You can't make all that money just in the boxing world. You got to get everybody in the world to watch you.
Yeah, you need to have that big crowd. That's what Floyd Mayweather did. When he
Thank
came
you.
up, I think he probably came up before you were born. But I
Yeah.
remember him.
Yeah.
I covered him in the amateurs, and then Floyd came into the pros, and he was not a draw. A great fighter right from the beginning, but he didn't sell tickets, and that was a lot of stuff in the media. Why can't Floyd sell tickets? And all of a sudden, bingo, he did it. So he learned how to promote. You seem to have that ability right off the bat, right? You learned from him and other fighters that came
Yeah.
before you.
You got to look at it. Every great champion that's been throughout the generations have left a blueprint on how to become that and how to become better off of it. You just got to pinpoint. You got to grab those things and put in and implement it into yourself. That's what I do here. You just have to be smart all around, man. You can't. You got Terrence Crawford, right? Could be one of the pound for pound best, right?
He's right up there.
Yeah, he's up there. He's either number one or number two because they have him and Lomachenko, who Top Rank has. But undisputed champion. He became undisputed at 140. Yep. Big thing. But does anybody really know Terrence Crawford outside of just boxing? Not really. If you even Lomachenko, and the list goes on and on with these fighters. With Floyd Mayweather, he could go outside anywhere, walk in New York, anything, and everybody's gonna stop him.
They know him.
They know him. These are things that you got to look at. I'm at the stage now that I got to take advantage of everything because this is right now the making of my career.
Well, let's talk. We got a couple more minutes here, so let's talk.
Yeah.
You said you're ready. You're near, and you're going to fight on who I think is a great fighter, Regis Prograis, on his undercard. I love Regis, and I love watching him fight. So that'll get a lot of eyeballs. I think that particular show. You are in a stacked division. Mikey Garcia, Lomachenko, Linares. If you're ready, those are the kind of guys you have to fight.
Okay.
Are you ready in 9 months to climb in the ring and be standing across from Mikey Garcia or somebody like that?
Absolutely. I didn't come here to be the best. You got to fight the best, right? I believe that they're not the best, so I want to fight them to show everybody in the world that I am the best and that I was always ready. I don't duck or dodge nobody. I'm not scared of nobody. I'm scared of no man. The only man I'm scared of is God himself.
Well, you said they're not the best.
To me, look, honestly, I'm not gonna say anybody is the best. To me, I believe I am, and that's it, and that's how I look at it. Anything that you do in life, you're not gonna give. I don't give credit to nobody else. I don't give credit to nobody else.
What did your promoter? Now, Bob Arum is famous for building, as he calls them, champions. So, what did Bob say about when you could expect to get a title fight?
Bob is very highly on me. He speaks very highly of me. He's very proud of me, and honestly, I think that like I said, and I predict this, I will become world champion by the end of 2018 or beginning of 2019.
Wow.
It's only a matter of time. I think after each performance that I do, I think it'll just show. But with Bob Arum, I mean, it's soon. It's soon. It's sooner than anybody.
Let's do this. Let's stay in touch. You fight William Silva on July 14th in New Orleans.
I can't wait.
Let's hook up the week after that, and we'll discuss your performance, break it down, and talk then about how close you are to the title after that particular fight. Is that okay? Is that a deal?
Oh, it's a deal, of course. And my face is going to be the same way it is right now.
All right, brother. We wish you luck. That is Teofimo Lopez Jr. His father is his trainer. He's one of the best young fighters in the world. Catch him on ESPN on July 14th. Going to be a good one.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
my friend.
You got it.